Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I really appreciate it. So today, in this video, I'm going to explore two questions. Does money bring happiness? And if not, how can we achieve happiness without it? Alright, let's dive in. So, money doesn't bring happiness. That's what you hear from successful, wealthy people. They always tell you, money isn't everything. You need to have something profound and meaningful to achieve true lasting happiness and a deep sense of satisfaction and fulfillment in life, right? But is that true? According to studies, money does increase happiness. So your happiness increases as you make more money. However, it plateaus around 100K a year. After that, it's diminishing returns. So the correlation between happiness and money approaches zero after you make 100K a year. For example, when you go from 20K to 50K a year, it's a significant impact on emotional well-being and day-to-day feelings because you have freedom and options in life, right? And you have less anxiety and stress out of financial instability. You must be happier compared to when you're making 20K a year, right? And when you go from 50K to 100K a year, it's still great. You must be happier and more fulfilled because now you're successful. You have a sense of, I made it, right? You have confidence, status, and financial stability. It makes you way happier than when you're making 50K a year, right? But beyond that, extra income doesn't make that much difference in happiness because the happiness increase doesn't come from making more money. It comes from just escaping financial stress. That's it. So once the basic needs are met, extra income has a little effect on emotional well-being. This is why many successful wealthy people say money doesn't bring happiness. That's the reason. Also, humans are greedy creatures. We have a tendency to want something we don't have, something different, always. We believe once we achieve our goals and gain what we've always wanted, we will be fine, we will be happy, right? However, we won't be because once we achieve our goals and gain those things, we will start to chase something different. We always get used to what we just gained, That's how minds work. It's called hedonic adaptation. So, when we achieve our goals, happiness skyrockets like this, right? However, over time, it always goes back to baseline. Your new normal becomes just normal. That's how it is. So, as you make more money and become more successful, objectively, your life is improving continuously, right? However, subjectively, it feels the same, doesn't feel different, right? So many wealthy, successful people remain unhappy even though they have everything in the world, a huge mansion with a fountain and a pool, sports cars and private jets, dating supermodels, right? Whatever it is, it always gets old. You always get used to them. That's how minds work. So if you value success based on how much money you make, how successful you are, what you own, you never feel fulfilled because it doesn't end. Also, as you make more money and become more successful, your environment changes, your social circle improves, right? Which puts you around people who are richer than you, who make you more, less rich, make you feel poor in a way and feel inadequate and mediocre, right? And we have a tendency to compare ourselves to other people we know, right? In a way that, am I making enough money compared to him? Is my lawn greener than his? Am I driving a nicer car than him, right? We always compare. And this comparison game never ends because there's always someone better, right? Even if you get out of someone you always wanted to beat, you just find someone different and keep chasing that person, right? It's a trap, so it'll never end. So if your definition of success is based on you against other people, you'll never feel happy. You feel always behind them, right? You won't be fulfilled. So, in order to achieve true happiness, you need to reassess your values and change your priorities. You need to stop chasing external validation and material success. Instead, you should pay attention to something that matters, like relationships, internal satisfaction, and growth in life. These things keep you happy and more fulfilled. So my highest value used to be popularity and recognition from other people. My ego was so big that I was always trying to prove how good I was to other people at school and in the workplace, right? And that was affecting my emotional well-being a lot because, like when I got compliments, it felt great, right? I got a dopamine hit, and that sense of pleasure was unmatched for me. But on the flip side, when I got criticized, it tore me apart. It was like the end of the world. So I was letting other people affect my emotional well-being and day-to-day feelings a lot. But as I got older, I finally realized that external validation doesn't mean shit. It doesn't define my worth because it's impossible to be liked by everyone, right? So what is there to prove? There is always someone who doesn't like me. So I stopped trying to be likable. I decided to stay true to myself. No more people pleasing, no more acting. I decided my own worth, right? So if I think I'm doing great, I'm doing great. End of story. I don't need anyone to validate me, all right? So I'm happier because I changed my mindset, right? I stopped chasing external validation. Instead, I try to find happiness in my day-to-day life. Also, inner growth. Recognizing growth in myself gives me a deep sense of success and satisfaction. For example, consistency. Consistency is something I really value as a quality. Like working out, reading, running, dieting, sobriety, whatever. As long as I'm consistent in my actions, I feel successful and fulfilled. Especially YouTube. So last year, November, I started doing YouTube. And since then, I've been posting videos consistently. One video, two videos a week. My channel is not successful, right? I have only 4 subscribers currently, and my average view is like 5 to 10, give or take. And it's far from successful, but that's okay because blowing up on YouTube isn't my goal necessarily. My goal is rather to stay consistent and show up and do the work and just keep posting videos. That's my goal because it requires a lot of willpower and discipline to get out of my comfort zone and take action, right? So, I bring myself to write a script and shoot a video. And every time I make a video, I feel a sense of success and fulfillment. Yes, I did it again. I need to keep going. And if my channel takes off by any chance, that is great. But it's gonna be only a byproduct of me staying consistent and growing as a person. I'm trying to be someone that doesn't quit and that keeps promises to himself. That's what I'm trying to do with the YouTube. So yeah. And also becoming a bigger man is one of my goals. Like, this one is relatable to you guys. Like, I feel a deep sense of jealousy and urgency when someone I know achieves their goals and becomes rich. And when that happens, I try to remind myself that his success doesn't concern me. It doesn't matter. It has no effect on my life, all right? I need to stay focused on my life. I need to do my shit. I need to work towards my goals. I need to separate myself from other people, right? And I try to celebrate their success. Bro, congrats. I'm happy for you, genuinely. And when I overcome this deep sense of jealousy and anxiousness, I feel growth in myself. Okay, I'm becoming someone that can let things go. I'm becoming a bigger man, right? And when that happens, I feel, fulfilled. Okay, I'm changing as a person. It feels great. So changing my values and priorities significantly improved my emotional well-being and day-to-day feelings. I'm no longer chasing material success or external validation. Instead, I'm trying to find small moments of happiness and fulfillment in my daily life. It keeps me at peace, right? So, happiness is all about choosing the right values, right? If your values are all about money and fame, you'll be trapped in an endless loop of chase. You'll keep chasing shadows. You'll never feel fulfilled and happy, right? But if your values are tied to relationships, growth, internal satisfaction, purpose, meaning in life, you'll be more grounded and constantly fulfilled, right? So in order to achieve happiness and fulfillment, you need to reassess your values and change your priorities. It'll change how often you get a sense of joy, fulfillment, success, and contentment. It's really great, I guarantee. So thanks for watching. If you found this video resonating, let me know in the comments. Thank you.